Hello, we are talking about average value today as our last video lesson in calculus class. So looking at example 1, it took Sam 2 hours to drive 140 miles. And the question is, well, what's Sam's average speed? Well, obviously this is a question that we could ask someone much younger than us, but we should be able to figure it out. So the average speed is going to be, well, how far did we travel? 140 miles. Over how long did it take us? 2 hours, which means the average speed is 70 miles per hour or 70 miles per hour, however you want to write. So that's the premise. So we need to make sure we make this connection. The average speed was our distance, change in our distance over time. So let's look at example 2 then. We have in 2 hours time, Sam's speed changes between 45 miles per hour and 70 using this function. So now we have a function for velocity. What is Sam's average speed over the 2 hours? So we need to come up with how we're going to find his average speed. Well, what I want to do is I want to find out, well, where was he initially? So where was his position at time 0? And where was his position at time 2? I want to subtract those, and I want to divide by the difference in our time. We probably would have written it like this, thinking ahead, would be x sub 2 minus x sub 0 all over 2 minus 0. So let's go ahead and figure out what x is. X is going to be the antiderivative of v, which is negative 80 over 3 t to the fourth over 4 plus 230 over 3 t cubed over 3 minus 125 over 3 t squared over 2 plus 50 t plus some constant. So I can use my calculator. So go ahead and find your calculator, dig out your calculator, and let's plug in, first let's plug in 0 for t. So if I plug in 0, I'm just going to get c. And if I plug in 2, I need to figure that out. So go ahead, pause the video, calculate what you get, please. I got 1030 over 9 plus c. In decimal, that's 114.44. So let's go start working on our average speed. So our average speed is going to be 1030 over 9 plus c minus c all over 2. And of course my c's are going to cancel out, and I end up with 1030 over 18, and that is the same as 515 over 9, which is also the same in decimal as 57.2222 miles per hour. And that's miles per hour. So we've done this. We've done example 1. We didn't need any calculus. Example 2, we need some calculus because we had to find position. So let's talk about the average value of a function over AB. Let's talk about average speed first. So our average speed, what we did actually is we divided by the time interval, b minus a, and then I found position at b minus position at a. And we can write that a little more calculus friendly, which is actually the definite integral from a to b of the velocity all over b minus a. So when I want the average speed, I take the antiderivative of velocity divided by the difference in the time. So if I want the average value of a function, and we're going to call the function f of x, that's going to be the definite integral from a to b of f of x dx divided by b minus a. So it's exactly what we did with velocity. That's it. So we need to keep in mind what average value actually means. So you need to memorize this. This will never ever be given to you, but if you understand it intuitively from a aspect of our speed and distance traveled and that kind of thing, then this formula should make sense. So for the next one, we're going to find the average value of f over 0 to 1. So let's set this up. So my average value is going to be the definite integral from 0 to 1 of x cubed minus x dx divided by 1 minus 0. So that's going to be x to the 4th over 4 minus x squared over 2 from 0 to 1 divided by 1. Probably don't need to write that part. I don't need to write that 1 anymore. And so this comes out to be 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2 minus 0, which is just negative 1/4. So the average value of that function between 0 and 1 is negative 1/4. So there you have it, average value. That's it, the beginning and the end. And let's just do one silly math joke. So what did the acorn say when it grew up? What other subject do I teach? Gee, I'm a tree. Yeah, it's funny, right? It's a knee slapper. It's so funny. Okay, anyway, not funny. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you enjoyed your last video lesson.